So thanks for coming. All right, so we've got a little golf mobility today. We're gonna warm up, right? So we are going to do a little like hug the tree. So basically I want you to just start off rounding your back, and I call it like hug the tree and like face the sun. So Drew, you might be familiar with this because Ann has done it. So I'm not necessarily moving my pelvis, I'm really moving my upper back. So I just kind of want to open up, retract, and protract. Retract, and protract. Sometimes you get a little pop, sometimes it just feels really good. The other thing we can do too is if you're standing up straight, I just want you to push your chin in. So just push that in, push it back, and sometimes you'll feel the muscles down your back just kind of get real, like, just kind of lengthened a little bit. All right, cool. So now let's go into that pelvic tilt. So if you have your golf club or anything in front of you, let's now do our standing cat-cows. So we'll get about 10 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm really, when I tuck under, I'm really engaging my core. I'm feeling that in my obliques on the side. 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm being really dramatic, right? 10. So I'm really like sticking my butt out, tucking it under, sticking it out. So I'm really kind of getting that really good like pelvic tilting. All right, so I was gonna do, if you have a chair or you have anything that you can put in front of you, a little bench or whatever, I'm gonna do a little thoracic rotation. So I am just going to hip hinge forward in front of this little ottoman. So I'm just going to reach towards it. I'm gonna hold on and I'm going to rotate up to either side. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna do about 6 rotations. I'm gonna keep my heels grounded in the floor. My hand is going up to the sky, so I'm rotating. And I'm looking up, so my hand, my shoulders, my head, everything is going together, right? So we're just kind of warming up all our little bits here today. All right, I'm gonna switch sides. So I'll turn this around, you can see me. And again, I'm just getting about 6 on either side. 4, 5, and 6. Good. I did it earlier. I got some nice pops in the back. So sometimes when you open up that thoracic spine, you get a little pop, pop. So that feels really good. Okay. Passive shoulder stretching, right? We've done this with Justin. So I've got the club in each hand. The butt of the club I've got in my right hand, and I'm going to keep my torso facing you, but I'm basically just going to rotate my arms all the way to the top as far as the club will let me go, and then through to the other side. So I'm just kind of rotating the club diagonally across my body, but again, my hips are staying still, my shoulders are staying, or my torso is staying still. And all that's going, all that's moving really are my shoulders. So I'm opening that up. I'm gonna switch sides. So now my left hand is going to be on top. And again, almost sort of like you're paddling, but I love these stretches for the shoulders. I'm gonna push back and forward. So you really get the front and the rear parts of the shoulders opened up and stretched. It's great, just great to do after golf, kind of feel maybe a little bit stiff. Just great stuff. All right, so we're gonna do a little hamstring stretch. I know we probably did this a couple of months ago. So put that foot, one foot up on your ottoman or your chair, right? So it's just sort of like a runner stretch, if you will. Soft bend in my left leg, and I'm gonna reach down for that toe. Now if you can touch it, great. If not, that's okay too. Slight bend, and I'm just gonna lean, so I'm hip hinging forward. My back is nice and flat, and I'm just gonna reach for that toe. So I'm really feeling that in my right leg, my hamstring, between my knee all the way up to my butt. The key there is keeping that back flat. So I'm gonna switch sides, and I'm gonna stretch again. So sort of soft knees and reach forward, flat back. And if you reach with opposite hand to the pinky toe, so my right hand is reaching for the outside of my pinky toe on my left foot, I'm gonna get even deeper of a stretch. So with a little rotation, you can get a little bit more. I'm gonna go one more round on either side here. So again, I'm gonna go right foot, reaching. I'm gonna reach with my left hand. I'm gonna get a little rotation. Back is flat, right? So I'm hip hinging forward, back is flat. I'm just getting a little rotation to really get deeper into my calf and my hamstring stretch. And we all have super tight hammies, so this is always a good one. Last time on the left, I'm gonna reach and rotate as far as I can get it. Good. All right. So after this, we're gonna go into a little hip cars. So you can take your golf club if you need it, and let's just hit, actually let's go the other side. So all the way out, all the way in. We're gonna go out and in for 5 times. Then we're gonna go up and we're gonna internally and externally rotate. And I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Good, I'm gonna do one last rotation here. All right, so now I'm gonna come back to center, kind of shake it out a little bit. I'm gonna lift that left leg, and then I'm gonna rotate my foot. So I'm going to, this is an internal, and then, no, actually this is internal, that's external, believe it or not. So I'm just going to give it a little good shake here. Internal and external. Woo, it's hot. Just gonna kind of 3 or 4 rotations there. Holy cow, that really tightens things up. So now I'm gonna go to the other side. Lift, rotate out. So 5 just big rotations here. 3, 4, and 5. Awesome, good. So now we're gonna lift, right? We're gonna rotate that foot in, rotate the foot out, which is the internal rotation of the hip, external rotation of the hip. So I'm just gonna get 3 or 4 here, heat it up. Good, and then release. And you can feel that nice tight hamstring there. So, or not hamstring, the hip flexor. So with that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my foot back up on my ottoman or my chair. We're gonna stretch that hip flexor out. So let's see, right foot up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of lean into that stretch, right? So my hands are gonna go up, and I'm gonna rotate over that front knee. So I'm gonna drive my knee forward and rotate. So now I'm really stretching the open hip flexor, because we just kind of tightened it up a little bit with some of that exercise we just did. Nice, and then I'm going to switch sides. Woo, tight hips. All right, so lifting that one leg like we did last week, Vinny, right? We did this exercise with the rotation. So now I'm just keeping the foot on the table or on the chair. I'm gonna lunge forward and rotate. Don't forget to breathe. I'm gonna get one more here. Awesome. All right, so grab a little quick water. We're gonna go in, so we're kind of warmed up, I think. I'm definitely sweating a little bit, perspiring as they say. We're gonna go into a little pelvic rotation with that 5-iron posture. So grab your club, grab your stick, your broomstick, whatever it is. So across the chest, and again, we did this with Justin, right? Where he basically wanted you up against that chair, right? And so you were rotating kind of one cheek, 2 cheeks, 1 cheek, 2 cheeks, right? So you're staying in that position with your butt out, right? So we're going, I'm just gonna have you go back and forth through those hips. And then what I'm gonna have you do, let's get 3 or 4 more here, is I'm just gonna have you move the hips. no upper body. So here we go. Just the hips. Trying to keep that upper body nice and silent. So this is a little bit harder. That control of keeping that upper body, the disassociation of that upper and lower body is hard. And actually rotating instead of just kind of waggling is something I know we've worked on for a while. Good, awesome. All right, now, as I mentioned earlier, I want to do a little explosive rotation here. So what I want you to do is go into your backswing, full backswing, basically with your arms, with your shoulders, and I want you to come into your follow through, and I want you to almost like come down and up. So like an explosive rotation. So we're going into the backswing, up into your follow through. So squeeze your glute, pivot your foot, come up on that toe. I don't want to see, I can't really see, but I want you to feel that backswing, follow through. So give me about 8 backswings to follow through. Right there. So again, explosive, like you're swinging. So I'm in my backswing, follow through. I'm squeezing my glutes, my core is engaged. Look at my backswing, pushing up into my follow through. Inhale, exhale. I'm gonna get about 4 more right here. And then we're gonna go to the other side. Good, I got last one right here, backswing, and then follow through. All right, now go to the other side, because what we also learned with Justin is it's always good to use the other side in terms of the sides that we might not normally be familiar with. It might be awkward, but it's great to do the same exercise on both sides in order to really utilize the muscles. We have obviously 2 sides of our body. So I'm going into my backswing and I'm coming up and squeezing. So what we do on one side, we should do on the other. So if you really kind of want to get into it, like Justin has always talked about, that foot kind of pops out, Matt Wolf style. He almost jumps back a little bit. That's what I mean about explosive, right? So rotate and almost really jump. That's it, Drew. Good. Yep. Jump up into that follow through. Really squeeze that glute. Squeeze the core. I'm going to get 3 more right here. Rotate in my backswing. Follow through. Backswing. Follow through. Now last one. Woo! Lost my balance on that one. Whew. All right. Awesome. So shake that out. We're going to go into a little hip hinge. So we're really going to kind of work the glutes a little bit more. So we've talked about in the past putting this golf club, right? Actually, I'm going to turn it around. Putting the golf club on your spine or on your body so that it literally is attached to your head, your torso, and your butt. So then you know you're in the right posture, especially when it comes to hip hinging. So I know, for instance, see how the golf club just popped up? I am not in the right position. I'm not in the, so I have to stick my butt out a little bit more because otherwise I'm just all rounded back. So we're gonna work on that. Let's get about 10 hip hinges right here. Try to keep the golf club attached to your head, your thoracic, and your butt. 2. Squeeze your glutes. It's all about your hanging. It's all about your cheeks. I got 4, 5. I'm sitting back, right? So I'm literally making sure my knees are behind my toes. I'm trying to touch the wall behind me with my butt. I'm gonna go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one, 1. Now, with that hip hinge, I was just reading, so it's something we all know, that if you don't have a strong hip hinge, if you don't have a very strong ability to do this move, you're going to have instability in your swing, which is what we don't want. So that's why Justin spent so much time on that in Yards and Years. And again, I'm bringing it up because it is so important. So with that, now we're going to sort of progress from the hip hinge into the squat. Now, the squat is literally, as you know, you just sit in a chair. That's a squat, right? So I want you to get some squats here. Let's get 8. So I'm just going to literally have my golf club out in front of me. So arms are out front, because the next move we're going to do is the overhead squat with our hands above our head, which plays a bigger role with our lats engaged, working on that back. The back becomes involved with the move, and it's harder because typically our lats are so tight that we don't have the range of motion. Good. All right. So relax there. Now what we're going to do is bring this golf club overhead. So when I do a TPI assessment on somebody, the Titleist Performance Institute, I'm going to look at your overhead squat. So I'm going to ask you to do kind of what I'm doing. So bring your arms into that 90-degree goal post, right? So just where my arms are. So the golf club is about like 2 inches above my head. And what I'm going to have you do is sit back into your chair again. So if you can sit in that chair comfortably and easy without your hands folding. So keep those arms up by the ears, right? And I'm not going like this, right? We want to keep the body upright, the arms upright. That is the key. So if you're finding that your body is folding forward during that squat, we got a little bit of work to do. A little bit of work meaning those lats are tight, the back's probably tight. Whew. So we want to, again, keep those arms up by the ears, torso tall. Give me 3 more. 3. And again, just sit in your chair. 2 and 1. Good. So also the control of having that golf club overhead, that takes a lot of stability. And if you don't have that in your shoulders, that's again something to work on as well. So, all right. So we did the squat, we did the overhead squat. So now we're going to do a little side work, a little lunging. But it's not scary lunging. All right, where are we at? Cool. All right, we're at 20, 25 minutes. All right. So I'm just going to step out and I'm going to load that hip. So I'm going to bend my knee, but I'm going to send my hips back. So you can see what I'm doing here is I'm just stepping out and sending my hip back. Now I'm going to add another move, which is going to be a great stretch. I want you to take that arm and reach it up overhead, create this C with your body, and bring that arm over the ear and just feel that stretch. So step out and reach. Good, and step out and reach. So this is a much more dynamic movement than say that hamstring stretch, or even the stretch we do sometimes at the end of cardio, where I just ask you to, cross one foot over the other and grab your arm and pull it across the top of the body. So I love loading the hip, right? So we're working our glutes, but we're also working so much. And if you look underneath that armpit and stretch, open up that chest. Good. So I got a nice little sweat on. Now we're going to go to the other side. All right, here we go. So we can start out with just your side lunge, right? Making sure you've got that form going really well. So again, you step out, send your hips back, make sure the knee is behind the toes, back is flat. When you got that, then you head into your reach. So your lunge with your reach. Now I know that my left side's tighter than my right, so this is more awkward for me. So I have to work on my left side, loosening that up, and hoping I don't lose my balance. Good. All right. Oh, let's get about 3 more right here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Awesome. So since we did our hip hinge, we did some of that. We're gonna go into a reverse lunge now with a little rotation. Actually, I'm gonna keep the golf club. So we're gonna go reverse lunge with rotation. Then maybe we'll do a quick little hip hinge with single leg, and we're gonna hit a quick cardio burst, because you know I gotta end with that. So, all right, so here we go. Step back, right, come down and bend the knee. So my back heel is up, and I'm gonna rotate. So nice and slow and controlled. You can alternate legs if you want, or just stay on one side. But give me 10 here. So this is great for your rear hip. Again, we're loading and strengthening. And then we're also rotating through our thoracic. But again, guys, this has been all body weight movement. I haven't used any weights, right? This is awesome. It's all that mobility and flexibility. And that's right now, especially because you're in season with golf, that's where we should be, is keeping that body nice and loose. I know Drew's been out there playing, and Vinny, I know you've been getting out there. You've been sitting in the car, sounds like all day too. I'm gonna go to the other side now. So make sure you get 10 on the other side. Try to stay upright, right? So when you step back, drop your knees, heel is up, and rotate. So it's nice and easy. If you don't want to go that deep, you can just make it a nice, easier step back. I know sometimes we've got bad knees, and that can be a little bit troublesome with a reverse lunge. So you can take it a little bit less intense or a lower impact per se. I'm gonna get 3 more right here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, grab a quick sip of water. We're gonna do a little single leg hip hinge. And then we'll hit our little cardio. All right, so here we go. So you got your golf club. If you just want your arms out and you don't have a golf club, that's okay too. So I'm just gonna send my body forward, right? So I'm just gonna go into that sort of airplane stance. I'm gonna look at something on the floor and I'm gonna come up. If you wanna get real funky, Drew, you wanna challenge yourself even more here, go into that stance and rotate over that leg. I know we've done this with Justin, so challenge yourself if that's where you want to go. If you just want the single leg hip hinge, I want you to work on making that the best hip hinge you can, getting your leg up as high as you can, reaching. And if you need to use a chair or a wall, you can absolutely do that if it makes it easier for you. So here's my wall, right? I'm just going to kind of walk myself down that wall. Yep, and then walk myself back up. So that might be a little bit easier and more stable. So here I am. If you want to hold on and then do your twist, that's okay too. So it's just a little guide to kind of help. So I'm going to switch legs and go to the other side now, because I want to make sure I get everything nice and even. I'm going to try a little twist. Woo! This is such a great it's such a great exercise for stability on that single leg. Every day our balance is going to be different. So today you're like, yeah, my balance is great. And tomorrow you're like, I can't balance for anything. What is wrong with me? Well, it just might be like the earth is spinning in a different way, or it could be that you didn't sleep all that well, or it just could be some things a little bit off. Awesome. All right. So that's sort of our strength portion of the program. So we're gonna do we got 5 exercises. We'll go 30 seconds on for each one with like a little 10-minute or a 10-second interval between each one. So we've got skaters. So I'm gonna go, skaters are gonna be our side to side, right? And you can go as high or as low impact as you want. We're gonna go hands up with high knees. So you can go real high. We're gonna do jumping jacks. So you can go side to side jacks. And then we're gonna do butt kickers. So I will show you the high and low impact for each one. But I gotta get my trusty timer out. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start off 30 seconds with our skaters. So we're going side to side, 30 seconds. So you can go as high as you want, and if you go high, then that's with a little leap. And if you want to go low, that's just our step to either side. We've got 15 seconds still right here. We're going to take 10 in between, and then we're going to go into our hands up overhead with our high knees. 3, 2, 1. Good. 10 seconds, and we're going to hit that high knee. So the hands are going to be up overhead, right? And you can march. Keep it nice and easy. Or you can go, let's get going here, and you can march it faster. You can march it as slow or as fast as you want. On the balls of your feet, just be safe, that's all. If anything hurts, rest. Yep, just keep those arms up. All right, we got another 10 seconds right here. And then we're gonna rest for 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, rest for 10, and then we're going for our jumping jacks. You can do a full-on jack. All right, here we go. And jacks, or you can do one at a time, or you can do, like I said, full-on. Drew, you know my warm-up is out to the side, out to the front. So we've got our 30 seconds here. We've got 10 more seconds. Do your jacks, whatever, under where you are. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, rest for 10. We're gonna go butt kickers, right? So heel to butt, and this is where we're gonna do our T. So big retractions. Let's get going. Right, so here is our higher impact, up on the balls of your feet. And then a lower impact is just a nice, easy, still trying to get the heel to the butt. Just go at your own pace. So whatever works for you. 10 more seconds right here. We got one more exercise in our little circuit here, and let's rest. We'll rest for that 10 seconds, and we've got our squats to toes. Doesn't have to be real deep. It can just be a little, so here we go, butt bend to toes, right? Drew, if you want to hop, you can. But I'm just gonna kind of sit back and pop up. Coming sort of almost like with a little calf raise. Good, we're coming up, we have 10 more seconds left right here. Squat to toes, squat to toes, squat to toes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna go one more round on that, and then we'll call it a day. And hopefully that's been a nice little sort of mobility, little cardio, because it's Thursday and I gotta do cardio for, you know, sort of yards and years. So, okay, here we go. Last round, skaters. Here we go, 30 seconds. Yep, get it up as high as you want. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher on either side. Nice. Don't forget, guys, we have yoga at 4, if anybody's interested. We know Marion's gonna be there, so we all love our Jess. She's great. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, hands up overhead. We're gonna do our high knees in 5 seconds. We're going for 30. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, high knees. So high knees would be like sort of high knee running. Arms up overhead. Just keep those arms up. Even if you're just walking, that's okay. But keep those arms up. Get that chest open nice and wide. We got 10 seconds right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll rest for 10. And we got jacks, so jumping jacks. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Jumping jacks. Yep, you can do your regular or do your lower impact. Get those arms moving. Good job, guys. We got 10 seconds left right here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. We're resting for 10. We've got our butt kickers. So our butt kickers with our big T's. And let's hit it. So nice and easy, or we can go a little bit higher, low impact, right? Get those shoulders down, shoulders are out of the ears, and try to just kick your butt with your heels as high as you can. All right, we got 10 seconds right here. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, one last exercise. We have our squat to our toes, and then we will call it a day. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna go squat to our toes, squat to toes. Yep, and so if you wanna, like I said, if you wanna go hop, you can do that if you wanna get up real high. And again, that squat doesn't have to be real deep. Just send your butt back, get that hip hinge going, get up to the toes. 10 seconds right here. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Let's get our little cool down stretch. So we're gonna do that neck stretch. We'll do the neck. We'll do our little C-curve stretch, kind of what we do for our yards and years cool down. So I'm gonna reach out with my right hand as far as I can. My shoulders low, and I'm gonna grab my head with my opposite hand. So I'm already getting a really nice stretch. What I'm gonna have you do is, let's open and close the door. Right, so the lower you get your chin to your chest, and the more you reach out with that hand, the more you're gonna feel that stretch in your neck, down the front of the arm. Awesome, let's switch sides. So I'm gonna pull my head with my right hand, I'm gonna reach with my left, I'm gonna open and close the door, and I'm just gonna gently pull on that neck. Just gently, I wanna stretch, I wanna reach with my arm, so I'm not pulling too hard. And the lower I reach, the more I feel it in that neck. Whew. It's good stuff. All right, hand across the body. Let's open up that thoracic, or open up that shoulder blade a little bit. So just kind of pull it open, feel it winging out in the back. Awesome, let's go to the other side. Yep, get those arms nice and loose. After playing 18 holes or walking or sitting in the car, totally rounded like this, right? That's another bad one for us. All right, so let's cross right over left. Right arm comes up. I'm gonna pull that with my left hand. So this is the stretch I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna look underneath that armpit. Ooh, open it up. Nice. Other side, left crosses over right. Left hand is gonna come up over the body, and I'm gonna stick that left hip out and look underneath my armpit. So I'm gonna get a really nice stretch in my left side. Woo! Try not to fall over. Awesome. All right, the last one we're gonna do, if you still have your chair, you can either sit in it and do your figure 4 pose, right? So right ankle over left knee, or you can hold on to your wall and do the same thing. So right ankle over left knee. I'm gonna try to sit into that a little bit, just sit my butt back, and I'm gonna really feel that in my hips. So I'm opening that up. You can do this on the floor as well. If you wanna lay on your back, that's fine too. We'll switch sides. Left ankle over right knee. See, I'm making a figure 4. So that is sort of the reasoning for the name of the pose. Open up that knee, just push on that knee ever so slightly, and just opening up that hip a little bit. And again, you can do this sitting, you can do it laying down, whatever works for you. All right, guys.